Welcome back to Valley Boys TCG, CK here, and I've got some Digimon gameplay. I know it's been a while since I put some Digimon. I've been pretty heavily into Godzilla card game, and I'm fully enjoying the Godzilla card game, but can't forget about Digimon. That's what started us here. So I am playing my little pet deck here. I have the Ice Snow Suzune deck, and I'm going up against a buddy here at Locals who is playing the new and improved Heavy Metal Dramon, so Yuuki. We got a Liberator matchup here, Suzune versus Yuuki going down, and you see we get the emblem set up early. The emblem is really good when you can get them early and often. As you see here, we got double emblem to start off, giving us double value right there. Perfect. And so we are set up to push out and do some damage next turn. He does have a memory setter, so we go ahead and drop one of the new penguins. And yes, we do have a couple of the emblem rare Frigimon. Locals have been awesome. They've hooked me up. They know that the Ice Snow is one of my favorite decks. That's why I have the playmat, the sleeves. Hexablau was there, one of my original favorite decks. And so even though Ice Snow has kind of gotten away from Hexablau, I still have fondness for it, so it's kind of evolved more into the Penguinmon line as opposed to the Baluko line, but we still go in. We're still going to try to get as blinged out as we can for the Ice Snow deck. So here we see Yuuki push up the new Itmon to toss something, and then it lets him Evo from trash, so setting up the Punkmon. Really good combinations here. Yeah, Heavy Metal's gotten really good. It's way more consistent. The new Yuuki helps out a lot. So them just being able to recur from trash very, very easily makes it so, like, I mean, having a one-hand hand size or one-card hand size really doesn't matter. And so they check the Skatymon in security, and then they just end turn by going into Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal's going to have them discard 2-4, but they're already less than that. And then they can play some things out. Now, I still have the OG Heavy Metal set aside in the deck box somewhere, considering updating it, but deck's gotten pretty good, and I have a long history of when a deck gets good, I really don't play it as often. And then he gets the Rush and Security Plus here. Yuuki lets him attack at end of turn. The Heavy Metal gives it Rush, I believe. Yes, because that's Heavy Metal Ace. Heavy Metal Ace does give them Rush. So here we go ahead and pop off here. So we go into the new Frigimon. Frigimon will let us play that to Suzune. Tamer says, hey, strip for each Ice Snow you have, and then you can tap to gain a memory. That will trigger the emblem. And since we have double emblems, we'll go into Polar Bear for free, resolve Polar Bear, and then we'll use the other emblem because it did trigger when the Tamer is played to play Skady here. Now, we won't be able to... oh, there we go. So Skady will let us play out a 4. We'll play out the Frigi, which will strip the last source and gain us the memory back. So we are popping off there. We promote out a 3, and now we're at a 6 with a 4 on the side. This Skady will go ahead and swing. We should have piercing thanks to Polar Bear and jamming thanks to Frigi. So we're going to swing over the Ace, use the ability to tuck the level 5 into security to unsuspend. We want to get that Loudmon out of there so that he can't Ace, even though we know he doesn't have anything in hand anyway. But we will tuck Loudmon. We will check, get the overflow because Iceclad lets us check over. And unfortunately, first check, Black Sabbath, of all things. Of course it would go down that way. But we have lots of memory here, so might as well build up another stack and just have something on board. So we get to the 5. We get our emblem out. Emblem gives us some options. Remember, we can pick up an Ice Snow and a Liberator, so it's most of the time a double hit. So very, very good emblem. I'm playing it at a 3 of currently. I'm really tempted to just push it up to that 4 of. I think it's just almost mandatory for the deck. And then this Skady will let us play out another 4 or lower. I think this is the promo one, the new one that box topper. Well, the EX11, but this is the box topper variant where, and yeah, he just uses the, that Black Sabbath hit us twice. Took out 2 skaties with that one card. One is security and then one from discard. If you have, you can play it from the discard for a cost of 6 if you have less than 4 in hand, I believe is the ruling there. So we go ahead. We still have a Penguin on board, so we'll go into Friggy. Friggy will play out Tamer. Tamer will trigger Emblem. Emblem will put us to Polar Bear. And bada bing, bada boom, here we are back to a 5 on board with a 3 in raising. We have jamming, so we go ahead and swing in, and then we just play a training here to find, looking for something. And I think if we have Hexablow, I think Hexablow is the play, because then it would get rid of Yuuki and completely kind of lock him there. But unfortunately, nope. Looks like we're just going to play Suzune. So if they commit anything to board, hey, at least we're going to start with 3+ memory with all those Tamers on board. And yep, he plays the big heavy metal. The full 13 cost, which is actually not a bad play because we can't gain anything extra from our Tamers at this point. Because he's already maxed out the memory. So that's going to allow him to play things end of turn. It won't have rush, so Yuuki can't make him attack, and he can't pop us. So let's see if we can deal with the board. If we have another Skatymon, I think the play is to go into there, so that way we can remove War Growl, because we need to... Oh, look, reduction of 1. Penguin to Friggy. Friggy will strip sources, nothing. So a free Friggy. We get the mental training. All right, there's Hexablow. That's what we want to see. So we go Hexablow to pop the Yuuki. So Yuuki's iced, bottom deck. And luckily he has nothing in hand, so we don't really have the ace to fear at this point. So might as well send it. This Hexablow has security +1 and jamming. And then we can put security attack -1 on something. I believe that's what we have there. So we get our 2 checks in. We get Polar Bear. That is the old Polar Bear. We decide to just pay 1 by using the mental training we already had on board. Because this can swing. So we swing the Polar Bear. Check an emblem. So that gives him pieces back in hand. So we're going to go ahead and go into another Hex to try to lock him here. This is kind of a mistake. Really, I think we should have tried to find that Skady to get that War Growl off board, but doesn't matter. He gets the Punkbon. Punkbon's going to let him play a Tamer if he has it in hand. Yes, he does. Gets the Yuuki, draws. Yuuki will trigger the emblem. Well, first he does the Yuuki thing. I guess he's not triggering the emblem here. All right, so we're sitting good, I think. I would say the play here is to just swing in with the Hex that... Oh no, okay. Here it is, yes. We can use the Imperium on Paladin, strip all the sources. It is blue, so we can training into it. That will also trigger 2 Suzunes here, so that is a 2-cost Paladin. If we strip sources, we could tap the 2 Tamers there. Do we remember? We should remember to tap their 2 Tamers. Is that what we're discussing? There we go. So I think we're figuring out that Suzune could have stripped something, but that the old one doesn't matter, but the new one does. We strip something. So a 2-cost Paladin mode on our turn. And then we're going to swing bottom deck the 5 to prevent him from acing us. We'll check and then check again. So hey, we get game 1. Very good start for the Ice-Clad deck. Yeah, realizing that the new Suzune can pair very nicely with Paladin is very, very key here. And probably why I'm changing my deck after this night, because I think I was only running it as a 2 of. And honestly, the new support, I got to go all in on the 4-cost Tamer and probably go all in on the emblem, honestly, because it just combos off so nicely. I mean, in an ideal situation, you can go from a level 3 to a Paladin with 3 memory in a turn. So there's some pretty combos. I've been working with the deck, trying to make it work. I know it's not the most meta relevant, but here we go, game 2. He's got an Itmon on board. You see him push up the Itmon, do the effect to discard his 4 to go into the 4. Good hand cycle there. And then he gets his emblem on board. I will say I feel like the melting recital here, the Yuuki's emblem, is a bit stronger than the ice snow because that one lets you evolve from hand or trash, whereas the ice snow is just from hand. Both have the same thing. They search 2 pieces. Both activate when a tamer's played, but yeah, the purple one just does more. Just does more. And so we go into the new Polar Bear Mon now. This new Polar Bear Mon is pretty sticky. I mean, it's just pretty rude. It strips 2, and then you can send something to security just with itself. Like, it is the Skatey, but on a level 5. Really, really good. Really good card again. And then we go into the Hex to shoot Yuuki out of there. So we pass him 4, I should say, but we're in a good position. We're trying to remove him from board. We're trying to keep things out of there. Another Paladin would be great. The reason Paladin mode is so good is it also resets the trash. I'm not sure if we got to see that last game. All right, so he's got emblems to go. Gets him into Loudmon. Loudmon's going to pitch. Looks like a 3 and a 6. Going to pop the Penguin. Hexablow is currently holding him off from attacking. So even if he gained raid or DP boosts and all that stuff, it's not going to matter because he can't suspend. But Ice... pitch the ace, so we know he has an ace in hand. And then use the Yuukis to get things back. See, Hex is kind of also important in this matchup because it lets us bottom deck Yuuki so he can't recur as much. He decides to just pick 1 back up. So we know he has the ace in hand, which is going to give us issues. Because we got to work around it. Get the training. I think we're going to just kind of prep for next turn. Yeah, it looks like we're not doing anything there. We probably should have just swung in anyway, because here he's going to just go into the ace and do stuff, regardless. If we swung, we could have at least put I think we have the security minus or the strip. We would have been able to use one of our inheriteds here to do something to him. But I guess now he has to actually pay for what he's going to do. So here comes down the ace. Ace is going to play things out. Oh, gets a search going. That's nice. Yep. Pitch, grab, bottom. Okay. Yeah, that Guillemon is also very good. It's funny that Guillemon is just as good as Itmon in a lot of aspects for this deck. And then Yuuki. Another Yuuki comes down, which will let him trigger the emblem now. Pitch to gain the memory. So choke to 3. He'll get to go to Loudmon. Loudmon will get to do some things here. I'm not 100% sure on the sequencing. But Heavy Metal will pop. And then tap the Yuuki to get some pieces back. Looks like he's going to pick up another ace. So we're definitely going to have to deal with that level 5 on board. We'll gain 1 from our Tamer. Pop the mental training to go into Icemon, of all things. Icemon will tuck the 1 Frigimon that isn't pretty. Oh, looks like we're going to take, we'll take the Penguinmon instead. We don't need another jamming inherited. I think that's why we decided not to take the Frigi. We chose the Penguin so that we could strip more sources. And then we'll tap the Tamer to strip. Then we'll go into the 5 to strip some more. And it looks like it is time to go with Skatey here. There we go. Skatey, this is the should give us ability to move stuff. And yeah, we're going to use the effect to go ahead and strip one by playing out the tamer to strip one. Suzune will gain one back. And yeah, that's it. We're all gonna choke him to one. We did not have enough punch there to strip enough or to hold him back enough, unfortunately. So we're not in a good position here. We haven't taken any damage, oddly enough. But it feels like neither has he, because one of the problems with Ice Snow is, yeah, you get recovery, but sometimes the best way to utilize it is to essentially recover your opponent, because that's its removal, is to tuck away to security, which is effective. But again, you then put yourself in an uphill climb. Like, yes, you have security +1, but a lot of the times you have security +1, but it's essentially the same thing as just regular security 1, because you're putting them in security. So it's a very tricky deck to utilize well. It's too fair. That's the problem. The deck is too fair. As most people said, if your deck plays fair, it's probably not the best deck. You have to be, you have to be unfair to be good, and you have to be broken to be meta, basically. So he's gonna go in, check 2. Hey, we get a blue scramble, so we're gonna get something back. Looks like we'll get the Searcher Penguinmon out. Get that scramble to hand. Gives us a line. Yeah, we're almost close to icing out the ice deck. We're trying to blink it out. We picked up 3 of those rare pull Frigimons already. Like I said earlier, shout out to the locals. Thank you all for hooking it up. They know me so well. So we just need to pick up 1 more of those, because I do want to run the full playset. Some very shiny cardboard today. Very shiny cardboard slinging in this game. And we see the Megidramon. This Megidramon is so dirty. All right, so Penguinmon. I think we're missing 2 of those Penguinmons too still. So we drop the Reducer Penguinmon, which we can actually trigger one of Suzune's. Yeah, there we go. Trigger, we'll remove the source from here. We gain a memory from Suzy there, so we can go to this one, but this one's not going to do anything. Really, we needed the old Frigimon here. We'll scramble to the new Polar Bear. Okay, so we can do some stuff here. New Polar Bear will let us strip, and then we can send that Ace to security, which will give us overflow, so we can keep popping off. Yes, we will, burn a security, but that's all right. We're going for board presence. We go for another scramble to get to the new Skady. Skady will let us get rid of the Loudmon, probably. I think that's going to be our target here. Get rid of the Loudmon. Guess we're deciding. Okay, what we're going to strip. We're going to strip 2 there. We're going to stun the Megidramon from the Polar Bear effect. Oh, I think we're just realizing we never got the overflow. Yeah, we're realizing we never got the overflow here. And then, not stunning. We can bottom deck the Megidramon and use the Polar Bear to put no when digivolving effects on one of the Loudmons. One of the Loudmons. Why not send it? Yeah, let's go ahead and send it. We're going to go in with the Omni X. Bottom decking one. Raiding into the other. No piercing? Am I missing something? I definitely feel like I missed something there. Should have been able to swing over. Doesn't seem like we did any damage, or we didn't pierce. he's gonna get to swing raid, swing pop. Yeah, swing, pop, evo, pop again. Definitely feel like I missed something with that Omni X. Maybe check that again. And so, hey, we get another emblem out. Emblem's good. Always good. But, yep, definitely not going to get us there because he just swings for game. So we are 1-1. The game ran really long. So we're both going to just try to turbo up here as quick as possible. Because we're just about at time. Our match really ran long. So we just pop out the tamer early. Get a penguin and the tamer. We're going to try to turbo up next turn. Doesn't look like we have an emblem to start off. He definitely did, though. So we see the emblem come down, gets him a tamer and the Megidramon. And drops a tamer. All right. We are set at 2. Looks like we're just going to play a Frigi in the back and try to set up another tamer. So I guess we're not going to worry about getting the tamers off of Frigi. I think we're just going to try to get to our big boy quick. Setting up the tamers early is not bad. You don't have to wait to get the free tamer out. I think maybe that's just a greedy play, but looks like he's going to put a Black Sabbath and a Megidramon in the trash already. Those are going to be very big problems because they both can come out of trash and give us some pretty big headaches because ice is very breakable. It's a thin ice deck, very poppable. Don't have much to protect, much in form of protection. So yeah, you can pop off and control, but if they can break your board, it's cracks all around. So he go ahead and swings in. So we're going to promote out. We're going to gain 2 memory. So we're at 4. We're going to try to do some things here. So scramble to get us to Polar Bear. Polar Bear will strip 2 and then stop 1 from having 1 Digivolving effects and suspending, I believe. So I say I believe. You think I would remember what my own effects do. So we're going to use it. Gain a memory from Suzune. I think we should be stunning the Guillaumon. Oh, so we put security minus on the Guillaumon. We check security. We go into Skady. Skady's going to give us the opportunity to play something out. Play out a Chris Pale just because we can, and we send his to the top of the deck. We swing over. Really, the idea here is we're going to try to clear board and then kill the tamer. So yes, we give him 4. We should have killed the tamer there. That's not right. Tamer should be gone. That's a problem. Drops the Loudmon. Loudmon's going to let him pitch things from hand. And now that his hand size is low enough, I believe, he gets to go into Megidramon end of turn. Megidramon kills lowest level, so it wipes us. Yeah, not the best. I don't think that Yuuki made a difference there, but that Megidramon definitely did. And so we trigger our blue scramble here, get some pieces back, get Penguinmon back. We got 4 memory. We can deal with him, clear board again. Go into Penguin. We'll gain some memory from our tamers. We'll go up into the Frigi. Tap to strip. We can go into Polar Bear to semi-stun. Okay, there we go. Skady. Skady will let us play out. If we have the old Frigimon, we can keep turn. No, it doesn't look like it. Oof. Looks like we're going with Hex again. And then we'll be able to put them to the bottom security. And he'll set himself to 3, but he shouldn't be able to set to 3 because that Yuuki should be gone. That should have been a 1 choke. That is unfortunate here. So he would be at 0. Or 2. No, he'd still be at 1 because he would have gained 1. But it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to combo off here. Yeah, I'm really not sure why that Yuuki stayed. Definitely made a mistake there. made a mistake putting 2 6s out, not realizing what it would cost me. I feel like I went into the Hex to kill the Yuuki, and then we didn't kill the Yuuki, so that just felt like double ouchie. And then here he goes into heavy metal again. He's going to get to swing, pop, pierce, and then we end up running out of time. We go to time at this point, and yeah, don't get to finish it. I concede the match because let's be honest, we were very much at a disadvantage at this point. He's gotten through a lot of our 6s there early, unfortunately. So we can promote out and do a little bit of things, but we're already in turns. So it was a fun one, very close for Ice Snow, but we had a good time. Just really fun playing some EX11, just playing some Liberator decks. So hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Come back for the next one.